And there was great excitement, everybody getting their hair done, extensions put in, of all colours. Everyone had different nail polish, even their feet, their tootsies. And they'll be seen. Of course they will, because they're barefoot. But then, Sister Marguerite, Mrs. Doyle, forgot one very important part of her anatomy. Her feet. She didn't get them done. So she runs along the corridor and Sister Theotica said to her, Sister, you've got to slow down. Your blood pressure goes through the roof and you don't want to go and see Sister Erasmus because she doesn't get proper readings because she's blind. And Sister Elsina will reinforce that because her readings are always sky high. And that's why the doctors have her on double dose of everything. That's why she's out cold when you're talking to her. And she's always got headaches, poor love. But now come here to me, Sister Marguerite. What about your feet? What about them? But you know, I'm telling you now, you need them doing. All right, sister, show me the room. So she went to Sister Patricia Dupont, who was a trained foot specialist before she entered. She knocks on the door and Sister Patricia Dupont said, Come in, sister. Oh, hello, Sister Margarita. Sure, Jesus, how are you? Oh, sure, sister, I'm stressed. I forgot about me feet. Feet? Well, let me now have a look at them, said Sister Patricia Dupont. I'm a bit of a specialist in feet. I can tell somebody's fortune by their feet. Can you, she says. Oh, get your feet on there, sister, and let me just have a little meander. And of course there's another knock on the door. And it's Sister Fee Lily, wanting to know when she can have her feet done. So she said, Sister Fee Lily, you'll have to come back later. I've got an engagement here with an appointment with Mrs. Doyle, Sister Marguerite. And by the looks of her feet, I think it's going to be the rest of the day, Sister Fee Lily. So I think we'll have to make you an appointment tomorrow. Let me have a look at your feet. Oh, Jesus. I suggest before you come and see me, Sister Fee Lily, make sure you wash them. Well, I didn't get time, Sister Patricia Dupont. I'm working on the farm. I know, sister, I can smell them. They have a distinct aroma, very earthy. Anyway, Sister Marguerite interjects and she said, Sister Patricia, do you mind getting on with me feet? I've got 101 things to do, ready for me big day. Of course I can, Sister Marguerite. Well, she's looking at the feet and she's thinking, my Jesus, I've seen feet and I've seen feet, but I've never seen feet like this. So Sister Margarita heard her mumbling. Sister Patricia Dupont, what are you mumbling about? Well, Sister Margarita, I don't quite know how to put this to you, but I've seen feet and I've seen feet. And these are no ordinary feet. These feet are like the map of the world. Really, sister? Yes, I'm telling you now, sister. You've travelled far. Well, I lived in Connemara and only went to Dublin. No, sister, in other lives. What other lives? Sure, Jesus, I've only had one life. Are you telling me that there's more of me? No, sister, before you were born, you had lived other lifetimes. Jesus, what do you mean? I thought I only had one life and that was it. Oh no, sister, I can tell you from your left foot that you were somebody very special in the 16th century. Was I, sister? Yes. You were an Italian general. Hung, drawn and quartered. Jesus, that'll probably account why I'm always grabbing me throat. Me throat is always sore, sister. And another life. You were a witch on Pendle Hill. You were. A witch at Pendle Hill. Sure, where the Castlemaine X is Pendle Hill. It's in Lancashire, sister. Have you not heard of the famous Pendle witches? Jesus, they were cruelly treated at Lancaster prison. Sure, they were executed. What do you mean executed? They were hung, drawn and quartered. Holy Mother of God, will that account for me arthritic knee and me bad back and me piles? Oh, sister, I'm telling you now, those feet are masterpieces. You should have been a master class with those feet. But I've got some other bad news for you, sister. You've got drop foot. Ah, for Jesus' sake, she says, I'm off. What do you mean, drop foot? I can walk as best as any man and woman in this convent. Well, sister, I'm telling you now, you've no arches, they're fallen. How do you mean they're fallen? Fallen where? Where have they fallen to, Sister Patricia DuPont? Well, now look at them, they're as flat as a pancake. My feet, I'd like you to know, have been coiffured in Connemara. When? Well, I can't remember exactly, but I remember some gypsy was coming round and she said she'd tell me fortune by looking at me feet. But she didn't. She just ended up putting cream on them because they were all blistered and sore. Well, now, let me tell you now, Sister Marguerite. Hold on a minute, there's somebody at the door. It's Sister Placidus. Oh, she's a one, that one. She wants to know the ins and outs of the cow's whatsits. What is it, Sister Placidus? I'm not too sure where to go after our profession of vows, because I've nowhere to live. Well, let me tell you, I've got a summer house in Skerries. It's gorgeous. You'll have a lovely front view. The only thing is, it's full of seagulls and magpies. Anyway, I must get on. I've got Sister Marguerite's feet to do. So she's there massaging the feet of Sister Marguerite. And Sister Marguerite suddenly goes into a trance and falls asleep. And she's snoring like a bull elephant. So, of course, poor Sister Patricia DuPont has to wake her up to ask her, can she feel anything? So she wakes up, goes on, Jesus, I think I'm doing big. She says, Sister Marguerite, I'm awfully sorry, Pat, but I need to find out, have you got sensation on the arch of your feet? Jesus, is that what you've done? You've woke me up. I was having a lovely dream. It was erotic. Father Ted and I, we've spent all those years working and living together, but never, ever terms of endearment. I loved that man, loved him as me own. And all I got from him was, Mrs. Doyle, will you get this? Mrs. Doyle, will you get that? And I used to always say, go on, go on, go on. And you woke me out of it, and it could have had a wonderful ending. Let me tell you, by the looks of these feet, you're going to have a fascinating ending. What do you mean, Sister Patricia DuPont? Well, I'm telling you now, you're no festal virgin. Well, not in your head you're not, because there's a lot of lust in your life. And sister, you need to be aware of that because you're coming up to your vows. Sister, what do you mean lust? Sure, I haven't lusted after anybody. Well, I'm telling you now, there's a man in your life and he's making a beeline for you any day now. Sure, I'm taking me vows. Sister, that's nothing to do with it. And in the Teo community, you don't have to take celibacy. It's optional. There are people here who are married and they've got brats running around the cloister, driving us all to drink. Thank God, Sister Marguerite, that you make that wonderful Irish poutine. I tell you, it calms every nerve in my body. Oh, it does. But now, Sister Marguerite, back to your right foot. I'm telling you now, you're going to get married and you're going to have a child. Oh, no, you're not. Jesus, sister, please. You're not. You're going to have a whole load of kids. What do you mean a whole load of kids? There's at least 5. Oh, Mother of God, the parish priest said that every woman in Ireland should at least aim for 12. The 12 apostles. 12 apostles. Oh my God, kids. No, not me. I'm virgin on the ridiculous. Not Sister Marguerite. I do have problems though with Father Ted. I love him to bits. But I'm honouring my promise to Jesus. I'm going to try and be celibate. Well, celibate here, celibate there. What do you mean? I've got drop foot and now I'm going to get married and have 5 kids. Jesus, I don't think I can go on this retreat. It'll do me head in. I'll be wanting to know who the father is. Oh, you know him all right, Sister Marguerite. Sister Patricia DuPont, how can you do this to me? Sister Mironitis, you told her the same. And she went home for her first profession and she got married. and had 10 kids. And where are they now? They're in New Zealand. Jesus, Mary and Joseph and all the saints be praised. And I'm going to have 5. Oh, God. And I've got to go and see Father Snottypuss and tell him all this. Oh, no, sister, you mustn't. This is secret to you and me. Because if I'm questioned about this, I'll deny everything. This is a private consultation and confidentiality stays. Are you hearing me drift, Sister Marguerite? Yes, Sister Patricia DuPont, I hear you loud and clear. But I'm full of stress. I'm full of stress. Don't be, sister, because there's love on the horizon for you. You've had many years without. The golden ball has come in for you. Oh, yes, you've come up trump, sister.